Okay, on this one, the first thing I need for you to do is get your pencil out, bring your shapes back, make sure that they're round, make sure your ellipsis is elliptical, the eyeball shape, and fix these areas here. This needs to be a number 1, and the entire background, you have to decide on a color for that to be. And this needs a darker value here for that to show up. Okay, again, this one, go over it with your pencil, redefine your lines. This right here indicates that that is part of the cylinder. Your shadow would be on this side of it. So this cannot be a number 2. This has to be 5, 4, 3, and then this number 2 would be over here. You also need to find space for your number 1. You need to have a number 1 in 3 different places to balance that out. And anything below, a shadow that's vertical and horizontal, has to change values. So one of these needs to be a 1. This looks good. Define your shapes again. Pretty sure that this is a cylinder, but that line's looking pretty straight there. Round out your sphere. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2. You're not going to have a 2 there. Only 5, 4, 3 on your chiaroscuro. You need to have a 2 on one of these 2 spaces. And where this horizon line is, you need to have a 2 on one of these 2 spaces. And again, you guys have to paint every surface in the composition. Okay, get your pencil out, straighten everything up. You have to have curved lines on spheres. Get everything crisped up. You need fine spaces for the number 1. Okay, keep going. Define your spaces. Make sure you're staying in the lines. Make sure that you don't leave any paper showing at all. When you're done, no surface on this composition will be paper. All of it will be painted. This one, find a spot to put a number 1. You need number 1 and in 3 different places. And this part up here, that is a flat surface, and that will be a solid value. Okay, outline your shapes, your forms. Make sure that you're not losing those. Do that in pencil. Make your shadows need to change from vertical to horizontal. They have to be 2 different values. And redefine all your shapes. The top of an ellipsis is 1 color. It is not chiaroscuro. That's not round, that's flat. Define all your edges with pencil. This looks fabulous. Keep going. You're amazeballs. Okay, find you need to have curved lines on spheres, and you need to have 3 values on spheres. You may not have straight lines. Find your 2s and find another 1. You need to have 3 1s, 3 2s for good balance. Put some number 2s in here. So you've got a little bit of contrast to those values. Make sure that your spheres have curved lines, and in between are really nice and crisp. Go all the way to the edge. I want you to focus today on getting this a nice clean edge. So as you're bringing your paintbrush, do one nice long solid line, and it looks like your horizon line's here. You need to be careful that you don't go outside of your horizon line. Make sure you're staying in that space. And these have to have, your spheres must have curved lines. So outline your shapes with pencils, and then go back in and focus on this today so that you have a nice, solid, clear background. Okay, you have a number 1 on chiaroscuro. You cannot have a number 1 on chiaroscuro. You need to redefine your sphere here. And you have to make you've got to decide what this is going to be. On both of these forms, you have a number 1. Number 1 and number 2, black and dark gray, are only for cast shadows. And on the areas where you've got a vertical, which is the back, and horizontal, they must change values. This looks fantastic. I would go over your lines a little bit. Make one of these, make this as a 1 and a 2, and make sure that you get all the way to the edge of each one of those, and color in the rest of the background. Start with your pencil, outline your forms again, make sure that you're getting all the way to the edge of the color next to it, and you're going to need to do a second coat on that. Outline your forms, change your values from vertical to horizontal, paint everywhere. This one, if this is going to be similar. Whatever this shade is, that's going to come up here, and vice versa here too. So start by outlining your shapes. Get those forms back. Your sphere must have curved lines on it. It doesn't look round without curved lines. And your shadows, try to do a number 1 and a number 2 on those shadows, so that you're trying to get 3 number 1s and 3 number 2s to balance out your composition. But that is flat right now. That has to be curved lines. You need your 3 shapes in there. Start by outlining everything, and then as you're getting in spaces like this, get a smaller brush. Keep your elbow into your side and pull it towards you. Don't push it, and you have a way too big brush there. That looks good, but you're going to have a different value where this cast shadow goes up. So 5, 4, 3, that's a 1, that'd be a 2. You could switch those. One could be a 1, one could be a 2, but they're not going to be the same. Make sure that these are nice crisp lines, and you're going to get that by taking your paintbrush and pulling it toward you. Don't try to paint like this, guys. That doesn't work. You're not going to get a straight line that way. That looks good. You need a second coat. You need to outline. Start by outlining your shapes, your forms. I don't understand why this, you need to have 2 more number 1s in there. I would do a little fake here and maybe make one of these a 2, make an extra shadow where they overlap, and second coat on everything. Rounded lines. That looks good. You need to figure out what's on the background. You need a number 5 on here. You need a white, and balance out your 1. So you've got, if there's light coming from here and there's a shadow there, then this area here, there has to be some sort of a shadow. So try to figure out what that would look like, and you need a 3rd value on that. That looks amazeballs. Yeah, I got nothing to say. Awesome. Awesome. Go ahead and shade that one in, paint that, crispen up your lines. Looks really, really good. Make sure that you can't see the pencil lines in between. You're going to take that brush right up next to the value next to it. Go over that a couple of times to get rid of that line in between. It looks awesome. I would outline your forms. And I think this is a spray can, so I think I would go ahead and put a curved line here to show where that lid attaches. I think that will help define it. And then all these little places where you've got white, the background here, you need to make sure that you get that all covered up. No white spaces in between. But I also think that you should figure out a value that maybe you could put here as another shadow. Maybe that would be a 2 to kind of back that shape up. Excellent. All right, Chica, keep going. Awesome. Okay, this form, you kind of got into the form with that black. Go over your forms again. Make sure that you're not losing your forms. Outline everything again. Make sure you get nice sharp lines. Make sure you know where your edges are that you're painting. You need a number 5 on each one of these objects. I love this shadow here. And I kind of like that it doesn't have a 1 and a 2 there. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That's kind of cool. But you do need number 1, Lily. All right. Looks good. Looks great. Awesome. All right. Here, you're losing your ellipsis on the top of that cylinder. Bring that back. Like, make that one of the first things you do today. And then outline everything. Make sure you know where things are. This isn't reading as a shadow quite yet, so I think that this one needs to be on one of those shapes. Okay, take your time. Make sure you've got curved lines on your spheres. I think just for artistic license sake, I would make this a little bit simpler. and just keep it really simple. Do 5, 4, 3. Outline everything first. Everything's going to need a second coat, and stay focused. Don't be distracted. Okay, I want you to focus on getting each one of these shapes filled in one at a time. Don't go fast. Do not leave your seat. Stay focused. All right, y'all. Be awesome.